few years ago, I had a crazy summer. I have the internet to thank for it. With the means to travel cheaply, but no idea of where I wanted to go or what I wanted to do, I let Reddit choose for me. Over the next 3 months, I slept on floors and couches of complete strangers, and went on some cool adventures. My travels took me across the US and Canada, through rural Thailand, to Seoul, and to Sydney, 11 cities in 12 weeks. I arrived in San Francisco and went sailing with strangers on the bay. I visited Reddit headquarters and received 2 shirts and about 1 million stickers. Eric Martin bought me a burrito. I got a ride across town and washed the car of a mother whose son has Down syndrome and leukemia. I got my portrait painted by a local artist. I moved boxes for a skater with a torn ACL. I met a fellow traveler named Zach in the Seattle airport. We went to a barbecue party at a software mansion. We moved a couch up a set of stairs and then had fun at Barcraft. Someone lent us their van for the week. We drove down to Bellevue and did some landscaping. Then we toured the Valve offices. I was a motion caption actor for the CSGO trailer, but then later felt like an ass because Zach actually played Counter-Strike and I didn't. We got coffee with a girl whose dad was having a rough year across the country. We went on an aerial tour of Seattle. I missed my flight to New York, so I changed plans. I messaged a guy named AJ and told him if he picked me up from the airport and let me crash on his floor, that I'd hop on the next plane to Seoul. I was exhausted and South Korea sounded really far away. AJ pulled through. I took a flight across the international date line. AJ and I attended the StarCraft II GSL finals. Someone outside the studio asked if I was that Reddit travel guy. The name stuck. Spent a day sightseeing. I took a picture for a couple that got married at the US Embassy. I bought a bunch of socks at a Korean market. I flew to Bangkok and spent a morning looking for bug spray. I spent an afternoon getting lost on my way to the right bus station. I got worried because I was told if I passed the waterfall that I'd gone too far. There were 3 different waterfalls. I gave an Evita-styled address to a school full of Thai children. I attempted to teach English to said Thai children. The power went out that night, and I shared a bottle of wine with the man they called Mr. Big Boss. I flew to Colorado. I pivoted a couch up a spiral staircase. It was the hardest thing I'd do that summer. I arrived in Sydney, Australia, and went to go see the Opera House. I met Alex, my Australian host, and we went on a pub crawl at the request of 2 Australian soldiers. I was given a tour of the Australian coast. I spent a day sightseeing with a girl named Kate. I tried kangaroo pizza. I tried Vegemite at the airport and then headed back stateside. Spent a week in Chicago with my friend Felix. I accomplished very little there. I headed to Huntsville, Alabama, where I met John, former combat medic. John taught me how to climb up a drain pipe. We rappelled down a cliff. I toured the NASA Rocket Center with a guy named Zach. We carried clipboards to look like we belonged. Everywhere I went, I was blown away by the hospitality of strangers. Places to crash, home-cooked meals. Few people even lent me their cars. It's not like I'm not a trustworthy guy, but I still think that was a little crazy. And that brings us to today. In a few short weeks, I'll be heading on my next trip. If you want to know where I'm going, what I get up to, or even if you want to help me come up with those things, can't believe I'm doing this, please subscribe.